Wait a minute. I gotta give you a present. Here. Come on. Single file over here. Come on. Next one in line. You were just here.
I was not.
Yeah, you were. You were on my lap 5 minutes ago.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. Now you're going on Santa's list and you're getting nothing.
Thank you, Santa.
Hey!
What's up, everybody? And welcome back to another YoJoeJerk toy review. I'm your host, Jack McCready, and today we'll be looking at the G.I. Joe Classified, the motherfucking HISS tank. Alright, let's take a look at this box. Love this original artwork. And here's a better look at the portrait. On this side of the box, the artwork continues. On this side, more fancy artwork. On the back of the package, double legal shit. On the top of the box, we have that Cobra Latin bullshit. Mars Technologies. On the back of the box, we get this fancy diagram of the HISS tank. More legal mush. Barcode. It's not over, we got figures. First up, we got the Cobra HISS gunner, we got the HISS tactician, and we got the HISS tank driver. These two are just art off the box. Here's another beautiful render. On this side of the box, we got the old school design, battle stats, numbers. We get our beautiful HISS tank logos. 788. On the back of the boxes, we don't have much going on. On the bottom of the box, more Latin shit and no barcode. Alright, let's take a look at this box as well. This fancy ass artwork goes along with your HISS tank box perfectly. On the back of the box, we get diagrams of the characters with their included accessories. On this side of the box, more of that shit. Here we have extended artwork of the characters. On the bottom of the box, Latin mush, legal mush, barcode. And last up, we have the retro carded Cobra Commander. Looks really nice. I don't really care for the white border, so we are gonna crack this sucker. Cobra the enemy. On the back of the package, we have a huge Cobra symbol and a file card. And we're back, so let's take a look at some figures. We're gonna take a look at the gunner first, and let's take a look at this head sculpt, and there's not much going on. This is a very basic figure, and we knew what we were getting, and I don't care, it's fine. But sculpted really well, the paint looks good, the face mask has nice detail in there. Same thing with the mohawk on the top of the head. Alright, down at the boots we get this shiny plastic. These are brand new sculpts. They look really nice. We got all that detail in there. Looks like brand new knee pads as well. Up here at the thigh, we get a nice cut above the boot, so they still have thigh cut. Over here, we get this nice holster. It's just sitting way too high and is gonna pinch all the way up in here and probably break, so I'm probably gonna have to stretch this thing over the leg to make it work. Alright, I got the holster reset, so that looks all nice. The sculpting's all good in here, looks nice. Around to the back, she's got a nice tuchus. But the sculpting's all there. We got pockets, a nice little belt going on, little blue paint in there. Up at the torso, we get a lot of movement and this brand new overlay here. Cobra symbol came out really good. The blue looks nice. All the detailing up and around the shoulders, around to the back. Has a port for a backpack. Straps look good and nice and detailed. Up at the shoulder, we get this butterfly joint, and the arm from pretty much top to bottom, I think, is reused from the Baroness, but that's fine, moves good. The armband's got nice detailing in it, nice paint job. Brand new sculpted hands, trigger fingers. Down on the left arm, you're getting the same stuff. Pretty sure they used these arms on the Valkyries as well. All in all, not too bad for a figure that's just gonna sit in a vehicle. She also comes with this weird looking laser rifle. Nice sculpted detail. It's actually pretty straight. Nice painted bayonet. The magazine is removable with no problems porting it back in. Next up, she comes with these two punchy hands, and they're painted really well. Nice glossy black plastic. I'm probably never gonna use them, cause what's a gunner gonna do with punchy hands? Also comes with this action shovel, and this thing is warped. Very nice for my $300 item. But all joking aside, it's sculpted really well, looks good. Also, we get this crazy machine gun. It comes with this big magazine drum. It looks like shotgun slugs, painted really well. Highly detailed. Magazine ports in no problem and looks really good all together. Nice straight weapon. Has port for blast effects, and I'm actually pretty impressed by this one. We get a pistol. I don't know if this is a new sculpt, but it looks good. You can see the sculpting down on the grip. Up by the hammer. Also has a port for blast effects. And lastly, we have this gigantic hammer thing, and it's sculpted really good. The handle has nice details in it with those rivets and then down to the handle. And this one's a little bent too, but not as bad as the other one. Here she is with the punching hands. They look really good and match the color scheme on the rest of the body. Here's the gunner with the pistol. Fits in her hands perfectly. Pistol ports into the holster, no problem. Boop. Here she is holding the action shovel. Here's that big bad hammer. And last up, the rifle that doesn't fit into the hand very well. Looking good. Here she is with the giant machine gun, and it looks fantastic. Alright, next up we're gonna look at the HISS tank driver, and it's pretty much the same fucking figure, except for it's a male. But we'll go through it real quick. We can take a look at the face. It actually has way less detail than the female. This is just pretty much a face mask and no detail at all. Down at the feet, it pretty much just feels scaled up. Like you can pretty much see the holsters just dangling there waiting to get ruined. Up at the waist, we get the same kind of belt and pouches. We'll take a look at that all the way around. Basically, the straps and the overlay are all completely the same. Cobra symbol is flawless. Over here on the arms, guaranteed this is just reuse of something. But everything moves really good and feels quality. Down on the technical readout, just more of that beautiful paint and detail. Looks like we have a Game Boy built in there. Very nice. Looks like brand new sculpted hands. They look fantastic. Same thing on the left arm. Looks like we just get new elbows and those new hands, and everything looks really good and functions well. Here he is with his punchy hands, and they match up perfectly. You could just see all the sculpted detail in there. They came out really nice. Alright, and he just comes with two accessories. He comes with the same rifle as the gunner. Nothing different, so we're not gonna go over it. And we got the same pistol, so I'm not gonna go over it, but there it is. You can take a look. Pistol fits in his hands, no problem. Ports into the holster like butter. Boop. And here he is with his machine gun, and this thing just doesn't fit in the hands well at all. They just kind of pop out all the time, but thankfully he's a driver and he ain't gonna be using this fucking gun. Alright, and last up we have the tactician. And he is the same exact figure as the other guy, just painted in a new scheme, and he looks great. I love the reds on the boots. The black and the reds, I just love it. This is the one I actually voted for, so you can hate me all you want. Cobra symbol on his chest is flawless. Readout on the arm is just painted more of a red and green color. Looks great. And here's just a quick look from behind. Just not much going on, and just another figure that I don't mind getting because he's gonna be with the vehicle. He could be as boring as he wants. Alright, and he comes with the same shit as the driver, so we're gonna go through it really quick. Here he is with his punchy hands, and like I said, I think these things are fucking stupid. We didn't need them. There's what it looks like on the inside. And here he is with his pistol. Fits in his left hand really good. Now the only difference is it has some red paint on it. Looks really nice that way. Fits into the holster, no problem. Bloop. His gun is the same as the driver's. It's just painted red. And it also has the same problem where it doesn't fit in his hands good at all. Next up, we have the strike team. We're gonna look at the Cobra officer first. We're not gonna go over over a lot on these figures because they are just repaints. Mainly, we're gonna take a look at the deco and the weapons they include. So let's take a look at the officer's face, and they did a great job with the paint. I have no problem with it. I like the color scheme. And here he is with the helmet, and this is where they shine. The black and the burgundies just look so good together. The 788 logo just is printed on there perfectly, and we just go all the way around, and it's just the black, the burgundies, and some light grays, but this figure looks awesome. He comes with a knife, standard issue Cobra Pew Pewer. He comes with the gummiest backpack you've ever seen in your life, and he comes with a machine gun, and it's surprisingly straight. We're gonna take a look at the Range Viper next, and honestly, I don't like where this figure went. And let's just take a look at the overall colors, and honestly, he's the one I'm least impressed with. I think he feels actually really cheap. Like, I don't know if they like hollowed this guy out or what, but the Vandalier feels like nice and gooey and real light, and this handkerchief is like paper thin. And maybe it's just me, but this one just feels so cheap. Like the backpack and the other gun, like it's all like gummy and light. But I am completely insane, and that's just my opinion. So let's look at this head sculpt. I think we lose a lot with the glossy paint being in the eye sockets and the black all over the face. It looks borderline silly. The reds, the burgundies, the blacks, and the grays, it all works. Nice 788 on the shoulder. Some more Cobra Latin. And last up, we have the infantryman, and I think he is by far my favorite. In terms of color scheme and layout, he just looks fucking out of control. Like, this spices it up. He actually looks like a different kind of trooper. So up close, the head sculpt looks awesome. The paint job is phenomenal. I'm really digging the helmet with the burgundies. Got the red and the 788 on the helmet. Nothing on this side. Down at the legs, just some more glossy paint. Lots of texture on this guy. Really digging the reds and the blacks, like I said, up and down the arms with the glossy black paint. Like, this figure looks dynamite. And just a quick look at him from the back. Now, I'm not really going over accessories. This is just the bazooka backpack that they used with Snow Serpent also. And next up, they come with a lot of accessories. Let me pull this sucker over so we could take a look. Alright, they come with nothing we haven't seen already, just a different version. The shooty blast effects are blue this time, so we got these. Right over here, they're blue with a little bit of translucent. Over here, we just have the pew pew. Same thing, blue with some translucent. And pretty much everything else you see here is the same. These missile effects originally come with scrap iron, and they're just in a deeper shade of that orangish red. And these blast effects have come with multiple sets so far. And here we go. We're gonna open this Cobra Commander, and I'm gonna show you a way to do it where you can actually put everything back in without fucking it up too much. So I wouldn't even recommend using one of these. You're gonna need yourself a really sharp, heavy blade to do this because it's based on weight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a line here and across the bottom, and we're gonna create a flap. Here we go. We're about to ruin like a $150 figure. So basically you wanna put the tip in straight down. See, I just put it right through. Push the blade in and push down. Now from the corner, we're just gonna cut across. All right, now that we have it cut, let's have the most expensive pull-out game of the series. Oh yeah. All right, and we're gonna do the same to this bubble, except for we're gonna cut here and across. Same deal, we made a little gate, and there we go, tray released. And just here's a better look of everything that comes with Cobra Commander. Now it's time to look at Cobra Commander. Let's take a look at this head sculpt. Hey, wait a second, what the fuck is that? Aww, that's a bunch of fucking bullshit. His temples are crushed in from the packaging. Anyway, this thing is super basic, but that's what it's all about with this retro carded figure. Not much to talk about. The only thing I would have liked is the silver streak on the top of the dome, but I know that's probably just a cartoon thing, but it breaks up the aesthetic of just the plain Jane helmet. Alright, down at the feet, we are getting classic, classic, classic. Pants are just smooth with no texture, but the the pinstripe line is kind of textured. I like that. The red paint looks good. I like how it goes down and under his shoe. Same thing on the inside. Out of the package, this knife sheath was all the way down here, and it was like a fight to get it up here, so good luck with that. Up here on the thigh, he's got swivel. He's also got light drop down hips. They're not crazy, but that's okay. Up at the waist, we get his classic belt. Nice red paint. We're gonna go around. Nice texture on the belt. Up at the waist, he's on a ball. He gets good movement. He's got a diaphragm cut at the stomach. He does go back and forth, not very far. Up at the chest, nice sculpting on the shirt. Buttons are painted silver. We get the Mickey Mouse Cobra symbol. Up at the collar, just more good sculpting. Up at the neck, he's got that classic turtleneck with the epaulets. Over here on the collar, just goes around down to the back, and he has that nice little strap that goes to the secondary belt. Hole for a backpack. At the shoulder, we got a nice butterfly joint. He gets lots of movement. Nice sculpted arms down here. He's got nice little silver rings around his wrists with trigger fingers. And the same thing on the left arm. Nothing really going on. But all in all, a very kick-ass figure. I really like the classic Cobra Commander. We're gonna take a look at his accessories next. He comes with this little knife, and it's a tiny little knife cast in a black plastic. Looks like we got silver on the hilt and nice painted blade. Here we got his backpack, and this thing just looks like it came right off the vintage toy. This is so awesome. I really love this. Cast in the same plastic as the body, we get that nice little Cobra symbol with the fucked up Mickey Mouse ears. Little silver paint there, some silver paint down there, and we'll look at this on the figure in a second. And here's the Cobra wrapped around the globe. Nice blues, nice greens, good texturing. More at the bottom. Here we get his all new pew pew laser thing, and this thing is perfect. Also get a little paint in there, some fun sculpting. Next up, he comes with this little pointer hand, sculpted really well. I'll show it to you on the figure in a minute. Same thing, he comes with this grabbing hand, and that's for the globe, and we'll show you that. And last up, he comes with a set of fisted hands as well. And here he is with his tiny knife. Ports into the holster, no problem. Boop! And we're gonna port the backpack in, and that ported in just fine. Totally fits perfect and looks awesome. And here he is with his laser pistol. Fits in his hand, great! Pistol also just drops right into the backpack like that, and you just push down, and it's in there. So, good storage for the pistol. Here he is with the pointer finger, and this is what I'm gonna keep on him. I love this. And here he is with the grabby hand and the world domination globe. That all works really well. And last up, here are the fisted hands. And here it is in all its glory. I give you the HISS tank. And just right away, I am blown away by the scale of this vehicle. It's fucking huge. Just look at it compared to the size of regular figures. And I gotta tell you, this tank is a thing of beauty. It's amazing. We're gonna scroll through the light features. I already have it lit up just so it looks nice. But there's a little button underneath, and all you do is just tap it, and the lighting modes change, and we're cycling through, and they're not all that exciting, and I honestly couldn't give a shit about electronics because I'm gonna take the batteries out when we're done, and I'ma never put them in again. But we just cycle through, looks really nice. For now, I just put the classic canopy on so it wouldn't look weird. We have this beautiful looking DeLorean front on this monster, and like I said, there's a button down here. We just hit that and cycle through all the lights. That looks nice and fancy. So there's your light show. Alright, I'm going handheld with this thing because I really want you to see all the beautiful detail in here. 788 logo looks amazing. Just all the armor plating all over this thing just looks fantastic. Even down around the bottom, you can just see all the rivets. We got nice decals. Underneath is pretty blank. We got our button to turn our effects on. Got a funny little warning down here. Along the bottom of the tank, we just get our legal mush and our battery cover. Beautiful tank treads that actually move. I could show show you while I'm holding it. They spin. More decals over here. We get this port for missile effects. I'll show you later. Along the back side of the tank, just more rivets on the armor plating. Got a beautiful Cobra symbol. We got light decaling running along the side. Looks amazing. Over here, we get a little ladder that latches down. It feels like it's gonna break, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So that drops down. That's very cool. 3 of 63! And on the right side of the tank, we pretty much just got all the same stuff going on. Looks really good. I have no QC issues so far with this tank. On the back of the tank, we get more of that light decaling. I love it. More rivets up around the door. Double LEDs. On the back of the tank, you have this latch to push up when you want to put the door down. You also get this nice little tow hitch that folds down right there. And now the fun part, we could drop the back door, and when it comes down, activates an LED that illuminates the inside. The ramp itself has this awesome metal texturing. On the inside, we have a weapons rack for storage. You can put your action shovel here and your action hammer back there. Here's the weapons rack with some weapons in it. Over here, you can see the nice textured floors, and you can see the seat on the inside. The seat does go up and down to adjust to figures, and you could just see all the detail back there, all the texturing. They did a phenomenal job on the inside of this tank. Here's the tactician loaded into the back of the tank, and here's the HISS tank driver on the ramp for scale. And this is a look at the inside of the turret nest. This thing just goes back and forth. We get nice detail along here. We get a nice controller with the Cobra symbol on there. The turrets themselves are highly detailed with silver paint and rivets all over it. At the end of the cannons, they do have ports for blast effects, but nothing fits in there yet. I guess they're gonna make like a bonus package or something. On the front of the turret, we get this nice little Cobra symbol with some armor. Alright, this is our look into the cockpit, and I'm gonna turn it on, and wow, look how fucking awesome all that shit looks in there. The readouts are all highly detailed. The LEDs just look fantastic in there. And here's just the look inside the cockpit. Just more textured detail and beautiful painting. Down in here, we get the seatbelt system. This thing's pretty much fixed. It ain't going anywhere. But the bottom one actually does move in and out from behind here. So it's adjustable for any size of figure. Also, it's painted in a nice silver with the Cobra logo. The acceleration handle also moves. Also, we have this little joystick down here and control panel. You can see that it moves back and forth. I'd be very careful with that. Yeah, and holy shit, this cockpit is so impressive. And the last part of this awesome tank is right up here. You just pinch and pull that off, and you have this beautiful Mars motor. We get our little Mars logo. All these little things are just gooey plastic. They don't go in anything. They just push against the wall. They look great. And that's just a fun little feature that they really didn't need to put in there, but they did. I love it. All right, we're gonna put our driver in his forever home, so we're just gonna slide him in there like that. Put that down. Okay, just line that up and push. Now, you could put his hands on all these controllers, but I'm not brave enough to do it because I know it'll break on me. And here we are. Our basic goal is this. We're going to try and recreate this classic image. And to do so, we will use these parts. And this is everything we're gonna use. Clear canopy, which you saw earlier. Over here, we get our tank tread covers, and they are just sculpted to perfection. Tons of rivets and armor plating. Beautiful decals. And you need a Cobra commander and a Cobra officer. First up, we can take our canopy and you can just stand it up straight, push one side down and then the other, and it's safe. You'll hear one little click, and if we look down there, it's totally gonna clip. And here's a better look at the canopy, all clipped in. It's seamless. Next up, we're gonna put the armor plating in, and you just line it up. Easily just pushes right in. And just the same for the other side. So now we just add our friend the Cobra officer in there, and one classic Cobra commander for the back. And here we are in classic mode. I would have been just happy if the tank came like this. Honestly, it looks fucking amazing. start the classified mode. Let's get into it. We're gonna look at the sentry cannon that goes on the front, and this thing is just sculpted amazing. You could just see all the fine detail in there. Cobra symbol here. Has that nice heat scorching at the end of the barrels. It also is on a hinge, and we'll put this on the tank in a minute. Here we have the extra blast shield that clips onto the gunner's nest, and it just looks like heavy armor. There's no paint on it. I kind of wish they painted this red, but it clips on, and I'll show you how it works in a minute. Here also for the gunner's nest, we have these Gatling guns that are just monstrous. We're gonna just take a look at one of them because they're pretty much the same. Nice handle, nice sculpt, ports for blast effects. We'll just throw that in there so you can see what it looks like real quick. Ammo drum clips out and in, no problems whatsoever. My only problem is it doesn't go back and forth. It should have an up and down hinge and a back and forth, because the way this thing pegs in, if you move it back and forth, I think it's gonna break. All right, we have these crazy missile pods. The missiles are very loose in here, so if you just kind of handle them not in the middle, they're all gonna fall out. This right here ports into the side of the tank and extends. I'll show you that in a minute. The missiles are all the same, but they are sculpted really good. They have the little rivets all over them and all the paneling. This is what the clip-in looks like, and it has a port, and if you have the fire team or scrap iron, well, anyway, you can port them in together like this, and you have flying missiles. And here you go, you have like a ready-to-be-fired missile effect. Over here, we have this new canopy, fold-up windows on the side. Looks really good. I really like this. This is way better than the classic. And last up, we have the tank tread covers, and these just look crazy good. Has the faint decal across here, nice decal here, the side, and just look at all those rivets for the armor. So good. Well, we're gonna add the sentry gun, so you just put it over there, and you just push it in, and voila, it goes back and forth, up and down, and looks fucking cool as shit. All right, up here on the gunner's nest, you just take this thing, lay it right over, push it in until you hear it click. And that's on there. It looks fucking awesome. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna add the canopy the same way. You do it standing straight up. Grab onto the middle. Do not grab onto these over here. You're gonna break it, so hold on to the center peg. Push one corner, push the other. And here we go. We're gonna push the canopy down, and it locks in, and I have a canopy that actually sits flush. Next up, I'm gonna add the tank treads. You just kind of put them right there. Push those suckers in, and there you go. Look how fucking nice that looks. And just right over here, we're gonna lift this little port, boop, and you basically just want to take your missile housing and just find where it pops in, and you just give it that little turn. Here's a look at the missiles extended. They pop back in like so. And if you were wondering what this port's for, it's for the crazy machine gun. My only concern is that it does not go back and forth, and it'll probably break if somebody fucks with it, but here you go. Take a look at how nice this looks with both guns on it. And here she is in full classified mode. And I gotta say, I'm just blown away by this thing. So at the end of the day, and my final thoughts on these figures are, the HISS tank and all included accessories, including all three figures, is quality. My Cobra Commander's head pinch is just completely fucking unexcusable. And that sucks, but I'll deal with it. You really can't see it from far away. The 788 fire team, they really do feel cheaply made though. But I don't really fuck with them, I just display them, so it doesn't really bother me. And that's all I got this time, people. I can't believe you stayed the whole time, and I'll catch you on the next review. Holy shit, you made it through the video? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.